This is number 8 from page 60 in the supplement. We're going to do it using the function graph and just putting our x in for y1 and our y in for y2. Our first goal is to find the maximum height of the baseball and the time it takes to reach this height and its distance from the plate when it reaches this height. So first, I just put 72x in for y1, and then the equation for the height of the baseball, negative 16x squared plus 85x plus 3, in for y2. Now, knowing that it doesn't take long for a baseball to hit the ground, after a couple of tries, I found that a good x max would be 6. So I made my x min 0 and my x max 6. Zoom fitting gave me the following graph. Using my math menu, I calculate the max, keeping in mind that x represents time in this case. So it reaches its maximum height of 115.89 feet after 2.66 seconds. So now I can see when it reaches that height by using my trace button and plugging 2.66 into my other equation that represents how far downfield we have gone. Now, since I know that the maximum happened, I went ahead and entered negative b over 2a, so 85 over 32, which gives me the exact 2.65625, and I find that I am 191.25 feet downfield when it reaches its max of 115.89 feet above the ground. My next goal is to find where the ball hits the ground and how long it takes. I begin by using my y equation because that tells me the height of the baseball, and when the height of the baseball is 0 is where it hits the ground. I use my math menu to find that, and it tells me that the time when it hits the ground is 5.35 seconds. So I plug this number into my other equation that tells me how far downfield I've gone, and that lets me know that after 5.35 seconds, my ball has gone 385 feet downfield. Using what I know from my functional notation, I can now set an appropriate window to graph this in parametric mode. It took less than 6 seconds for my ball to hit the ground, so I chose 6 as my T-max. I did step 0.5 because I think that'll be plenty. I know that the maximum distance the ball traveled, it hit the ground at 385 feet, so I made my X max 400. The maximum height that it reached was 115.89 feet, so I made my Y max 120, and this gives me a nice graph. We can label the points. This is, see, X was 191.25 downfield when it reached its maximum height of 115.89, and then it hit the ground at 385 and 0. The functional graphs really help us in setting up that parametric graph.